Welcome to Pixel Pictures. I'm Paul. If you are a wrestling fan or know anything about the Von Erichs, then you know what we're going to be talking about today. It's quite depressing. It pulled at the heartstrings. It was kind of hard to sit through. However, this movie was still fantastic. Now, before we get into it, guys, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like. Let's get into it. I can't believe that Zac Efron went from being in High School Musical to playing shockingly evil Ted Bundy to this movie playing Kevin Von Erich as our main character. And that's why we get to see him go through his whole life of meeting his wife, taking over the business, having kids. This whole movie had a runtime of 2 hours, and because of that reason, they had to completely miss one brother. They kind of took him and Mike and rolled them into one. The director said that if he put Chris in, he thought that the audience would have too much tragedy to go through in this movie. Because this movie, like I said at the start, is very sad. It's kind of hard to sit through. We didn't get much time with the other brothers, Kerry, David, or Mike. We did get to see David go to Japan. We got to see Kerry win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship from Ric Flair. I kind of think this movie would have been better off being a small series, a small 10, 12 series. We could have got a lot more time with each character, fleshed out their stories. Like, David was also married, and he had a kid who died tragically from sudden death syndrome. There was more to his death than what they just explained in this movie. There was a rumor that Ric Flair said about Bruiser Brody finding drugs in his hotel room in Japan and flushing them before the cops rode up. We could have gone more into the details. Could have even gone into the friendship between David and Bruiser Brody, because they were really good friends in real life. You wouldn't get that from the movie though. Like, it didn't even get much into Kerry. It just showed him winning the NWA World Heavyweight Championship from Ric Flair, and then him getting fired, and his accident, and then committing suicide. There's way more to it. He had a wife, he had kids. There's more to the backstory of why he committed suicide. The movie makes it seem like he commits suicide because he got let go from WWE. That's just partly the reason. There was way more to it. He was just in pain. He was a drug addict. He was literally days away from going to jail. Literally days. He felt like a failure, so he went to his dad's farm and did what he did. The movie also shows that Kevin finds him, but that's not true either. His father finds him on the farm. But I guess we just gotta roll with it, right? Even though I am a big wrestling fan, and I've obviously heard of the Von Erichs, I didn't know much coming into this. So when I sat down and watched this, I was very excited to learn some stuff. Turns out they kind of moved some dates around, make some things happen. Like, Kerry won the world title from Ric Flair and then got into an accident. That's how the movie seems like, but that was years apart. Like 3 or 4 years apart from happening. Now let's talk about the casting choices. I loved every single one bar one. Whoever they got to play Ric Flair, his name was Aaron Dean, who played Ric Flair. That was kind of like, it wasn't Ric Flair. He didn't embody the Nature Boy. Like, if you've seen wrestling and you know who Ric Flair is and you watch this, you're going to be fucking disappointed. Because that's not Ric Flair. But besides that one casting choice, I thought this movie was fantastic. From the opening credits to the end credits. The whole thing. I was hooked the entire time, and I was super impressed with the 3 main characters and their wrestling abilities in this movie. I think hat off to Chavo Guerrero, who trained them for this film. They probably could put on a good 5 to 6 minute good match. With this film being only 2 hours, and then moving dates around and mushing it all up and Hollywooding it up, I still thought this was a fantastic movie, man. I can't say this enough. It was actually really good. Fun fact, the Von Erich family signature move is used in a really well-known film, Liar Liar. It's the start when he's playing with his son. That's pretty fun. Had a budget of $15.5 million. It made at the box office worldwide $45 million. To me, that is a success. And I think this is one of many more movies that was going to come. I would like to see them tackle more movies in the same way, with more wrestling families. I think the Guerreros would be good, the Rhodes would be good, maybe even the McMahons. Maybe we don't even tackle a family. What about an individual person like Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan? I think there's so much potential for movies like this. Why don't you tell me down below, family, individual, who would you like to see a movie like this made about? The Iron Claw is a great depiction of the professional wrestling world, but to me, this isn't a movie about wrestling. It's got wrestling in it, but this is a movie about brothers that loved each other. It's sad what happened to that family. However, this film, I'm going to give that 4 out of 5 stars. And yes, I think you should add this to your collection. What did you guys think of the film? Leave a like. Tell me you liked it. Before I go, I want to tell you about a series that I started, and I've dubbed it Rewind Tuesdays. The fact of the matter is I haven't seen many good films. So I bought this poster. It's a scratch-off poster. It's 100 of the best movies of all time. I let fate decide. I roll 2 dice. I pick a movie that way. I've made a playlist over on my channel. I've already done 2 episodes. Maybe even a third one by the time this comes out. So go over, check it out. Tell me what you think. Also, before I go, all my links to all my social media down below. Letterboxd, Instagram, X. But until next time, be well, be safe. I'll catch you guys soon. Have a good one, guys.